Welcome to the first episode of K-Drama Reviews. My name is Matt.
I'm Rebecca.
And we're going to be reviewing the new Netflix Korean drama Vincenzo.
Vincenzo in Korean.
Just to recap the episode, it opens up in Italy. Right? It opens up in Italy and kind of like an unbelievable situation where Vincenzo is going to give this other guy, I don't even remember his name, but he owns a vineyard and he got the vineyard from the Casano family apparently, and then he does the classic Godfather move and he offers him
an offer he can't refuse.
an offer that he can't refuse, right? And there's some foreshadowing with the plane spraying something onto the crops, which turns out to be alcohol, which I find a little bit unbelievable because alcohol
in the subtitle there's a pesticide.
Well, no, the guy thought it was pesticide.
Oh, I thought it was pesticide.
The guy thought it was pesticide, and he I don't know for whatever reason. If he thought it was pesticide, I don't know why he decides to taste it. But anyway, it sprays what's supposed to be alcohol, burns the crops because that guy didn't take Vincenzo's offer, which kind of sets the tone for the episode where Vincenzo is supposed to be this badass lawyer who's able to get the job done, and Vincenzo is also at odds with the family that he represents because the main head of the family dies. His son takes over, but his son clearly isn't as respected as his father, so Vincenzo ends up leaving because that son tries to kill him, right?
The reason why he went to Korea was interesting because he's trying to steal someone else's gold, right?
So I don't know about that.
That I don't
Are
know.
you sure he's trying to steal gold? But let's
Probably not. He's probably not a thief.
So let's back up a little bit. So what happens is we see him on a plane. He's going to he's going to Korea to well, let's back up even farther. We didn't even cover the first part, the opening scene, right? He's in Korea looking at a building saying that by the end of the week his plan is to demolish this building, right? And then 72 hours roll back and they do everything that we've explained, and now he's on a plane and he's kind of explaining what he's doing, right? He has this building and he needs to demolish it, or he has plans to demolish it. They don't really tell us exactly what's going on. He arrives in Korea, gets mistaken for some other guy, which is probably him, right? They're probably looking for him. Mm-hmm. But he shows off his Italian passport, and that seems to get him off the hook. And then he has the bad fortune of climbing into a limousine that's run by some criminals, right? The criminals take his money, or they drug him with water in the car, and then he gets his money, watch, all his possessions taken from him, which is kind of interesting because I wonder if later in the show he's gonna meet them.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Maybe. Well, because I was reading the credit, they did a little thank you for a special appearance. So
okay. And then what happens? He arrives at that plaza, dirty and messed up. Meets the owner, the guy that dies. Yeah, Mr. Cho. Meets him, gets set up in apartment inside that building, and then what happens? I forget what happens next.
He gets introduced to all the tenants.
That's right. That's right. He does the walkthrough.
He needs to kick them all out.
Mm-hmm. So the first kind of tenant we meet is that weird guy that thinks he's a martial artist, Mr. Lee with the wet feet, right? And then we have the dry cleaners, Mr. Tak, and then we have the creepy piano lady, and then who else is there? The snack bar. And the
husband or
son, not her husband.
Son.
They meet the monks. They meet the fake Italian dude.
That's funny.
The dance studio guy. Oh, we forgot. Also, when he arrives in Korea, when Vincenzo arrives in Korea, his passport apparently kind of trips some kind of a warning flag at the International Crime Response Agency. And we see that guy from Crash Landing on You playing a very, very similar role where nobody believes him. So I think we're going to see more of him where nobody believes him again.
Yeah.
And then we see, what else do we see? We see some of the minor subplot stories going on between Hong Chae-young and her dad, where he tries to disown her.
He can't accept the fact that his daughter is working for just like a big law firm. Not defending everyone who really needs to be defended.
Oh, no. Before that, there was a scene where Vincenzo and Mr. Cho meets with all the tenants, right?
Yes.
Meets with all the tenants.
There's a moment where Vincenzo is thinking about, I don't know when, I think it was in Korea where he was in the courtroom with the dad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know what that part of the story is for.
That one, that needs to be, I think they're going to reveal that. So they have a history, but they don't know it.
Okay, so that's a story plot that they're going to reveal later. They also revealed more of what he really wants to do with the building, right? So apparently months earlier, Vincenzo was referred to another Chinese guy that wanted to hide gold in Korea. So what they did was they had this building, this old building that he's trying to demolish. And at the bottom floor of the building, he hides 15 tons of gold where only that Chinese dude can get into the building. The big kind of climax of this episode was when Mr. Cho goes home. He finds his wife and kid being held hostage by some gangsters, and those gangsters want him to sign the paperwork for the building, right? Mm-hmm. And force him to sell the building, which Vincenzo specifically didn't want to do. And naturally the other tenants are kind of upset because when they come back the next day, they find that those gangsters are trying to get them to leave the building. And then, without mentioning all the little kind of subplot stories that happen in the middle, Vincenzo shows up dressed to kill. Right?
Is he wearing his
No, he's not wearing. He's not wearing the ill-fitting suit. He's wearing that badass black suit, and basically handles the gangsters. Right?
Well, the boss
handles the boss. Right? No, he first takes out that Pakseroy looking guy. And then handles the boss. He basically promises that he's going to get the building back, right? So which sets up episode number 2, which should be kind of interesting. But anyway, that's the first episode. What did you think? Is it a good...
Yeah. Not too serious. It has, it's funny moments. Mm-hmm. It's very fast.
Yeah, I like the pacing of it. It didn't feel slow.
The characters are interesting enough.
Yeah, it was entertaining. And I definitely want to watch the second one. So.
Yep.
Okay. That's the end of episode 1. We'll see you on episode 2.